Hi.
Discord did not like that. Yeah, Discord cut you off halfway through.
Just leave all this in the video. How are you? My name is Nate. You are also looking at Charlie and Lemuel. We are known as the Simpletons. We're so glad you joined us today, and I'm going to stop talking like that because it's just really dumb. And to this, thanks for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe to our channel because we need more people like you who love people like us, because there's got to be somebody out there. At least one person.
I got to be liked.
Yeah, we want you to like and subscribe to our channel, so please do that. This week, we are going to be talking about a new movie. Well, it's not new. It's somewhat new. It's on Amazon Prime. It's called The Electrical Life of Louis Wain. Am I correct in that? I think that's what it was called, yes? Electrical Life of Louis Wain, starring Benedict Cumberbatch. And we probably, in the way our reviews have been released, will have already had another Benedict Cumberbatch video that we talked about. Well, this one, I got this feeling we had a little bit more happier feeling when we were done watching this movie than we did The Power of the Dog. So let's find out. The Electrical Life of Louis Wain is a 2021 movie. Had its world premiere at the 48th Telluride Film Festival. That'd be a cool place to have a film festival. It stars Benedict Cumberbatch, Claire Foy, Andrea Riseborough, and Toby Jones. And, of course, this one had a limited release in the theaters as well, because Amazon likes to do that, too, because they want their movies to be eligible for Oscars. So the plot is in 1883, 18 months after his father's death, Louis Wain, the only male and oldest of the Wain family, becomes the primary breadwinner. He supports 5 sisters and his mother, working part-time as an illustrator for the London Illustrated News under editor first Baronet Sir William Ingram. Ingram offers him a full-time job, but Wain declines in order to try his hand at composing music and playwriting, which he hopes will support his family. But neither venture is successful, and you can pretty much say that that's the story of his entire life. Wouldn't you say?
Nothing.
Oh, and let's just
Yes.
make this
Yes.
point clear if you guys do not know who Louis Wain is. Louis Wain is an actual historical figure, and so this movie is loosely based on his life, and he was famous by the time he died, even though he was dirt poor by the time he died, about painting cats. He painted a lot of cats. Cats doing cat things, cats doing not so cat things like human things. He was a cat person, painter, and he squandered all of his money. It wasn't, let me rephrase that. It's not that he squandered his money. He just didn't know how to make money with his painting.
Didn't copyright anything.
Bottom line. Yeah, he didn't copyright anything. He just painted and painted and painted. And now, if you went and found one of these Louis Wain paintings, an original, it would be worth a whole lot of money. They're weird-looking cat paintings, but they're worth a lot of money. So, I don't know, Charlie. Did you know anything about Louis Wain before you watched this movie?
I just recognized the pictures. You know, because I remembered seeing him on like his, you know, when you pull up catalog pictures and things on like online, you're looking for vintage paintings and whatnot. They always showed up. His cat paintings are so like prolific. I mean, there were so many, and there were so many that were really good. I mean, and then there were some that were just crazy. Yeah, I mean, you recognize them. They were stolen for all sorts of ads. They were used on covers of everything. So I mean, it's like. The guy, totally lost out.
Yeah, for sure. So, Charlie, tell us what you thought about the movie itself.
I actually thought the movie was. I thought it was really well done. I really like Benedict Cumberbatch playing this guy because he actually nailed the whole thought of being able to do whatever you want to and still make it. You know, it's like his whole life was like always felt hopeful, even though like there were times where he was so depressed and everything that he thought about, he always saw that there was the silver lining in it, always trying to like bring him back around. Claire Foy did a fantastic job playing her part, and as his counterpart in life and his joy. And so I don't know, I really enjoyed the chemistry between them. Because they were able to share a lot of stuff, and it's still kind of a depressing story because his life was not a happy one. He really didn't. There wasn't a lot of joy in it, but boy, man, and when he was expressive, it totally stepped right out of the bounds of his depression and stepped out of the bounds of everything.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Lemuel, what'd you think?
He did a good job. Benedict Cumberbatch did a really good job of acting like some sort of, I don't know, ADHD, like not entirely their person.
Probably slightly autistic.
Yeah, I don't know. But he did a really good job of just playing the strange human who had a lot of life to be excited about, but also was very aware of like his mental state. And even in the times where he was happy and being expressive, you could kind of see like in his eyes a little bit, it's just like life still hurts a lot. And the direction was good. I liked all the cats. The cats made me happy. And just the way it was shot was kind of disorientating at times. Just it seemed like a lot of hard cuts, but I think that was intentional just to make it feel confusing. And the bits where they like show like painting, like when he's like when you're seeing kind of inside his head and you see just these weird paintings, and I don't know. It was a lot.
Yeah.
I also like the way they use light. Like they'd like make everything really bright and like take out all the contrast to like to show just different phases in his thinking.
Yeah, it's a very colorful movie in that respect. Like you said, when there's happy parts, even though they were few and far between, it's very colorful, very like when they're walking through the garden or the forest or whatever, just colored, like extreme color, almost artificial, like the Wizard of Oz type of Technicolor type things a little bit, especially when they're in the gardens and stuff. And but then in his more when he's having mental breaks and stuff, the hues are dropped and there's more grays and browns and these darker colors in there. And to see Benedict Cumberbatch act in The Power of the Dog, which was something that was kind of out of his wheelhouse just a little bit as far as what he's done, just a bad, mean, terrible individual. And to see him here, he's such a phenomenal actor. I think he's endlessly fascinating to me to watch him in the shows that he does. This one's probably a little closer to maybe Sherlock Holmes-ish type of Benedict Cumberbatch than Power of the Dog was. That kind of psychotic type of a individual like Holmes, but he's just so good. And the movie it walked that really thin wire of being a fun movie and really happy and just being absolutely disgustingly
soul
depressing.
Crushing.
Yeah. And it just managed to do it so delicately that I appreciated it, right? It was just like you thought, okay, this is going to be a happy movie because it's funny. There's some funny jokes.
I was like, okay, I chose the right movie for us to watch because based off of the name and how it looks, this is going to be like more of a fun, happy movie. And then at the end, I was like, oh my God, I need to go to bed.
But it was still fun, but it was still depressing. I mean, it was just like, it just was so well put together in that respect. And then honestly, I really, I appreciated all the artwork that they actually showed at the end and showed that, I mean, the guy was incredible. Yeah. I mean, he just painted, or at least he's mostly known for painting cats. But oh my God, he was such a good artist.
He was amazing.
Yeah. And just prolific. The dude could, he could paint a painting in 5 minutes and it just looked absolutely gorgeous. I was just like, holy crap. And the fact that he never made really any money off of these things. And then, you find him in a convalescent home at the end of his life. And this character, and I don't know how true that part of it is, but how this character that he had drawn a sketch for at the beginning of the movie finds him in this convalescent home and thinks that he deserves better than what he's getting here. And so he helps raise money and gets people that are famous people like H.G. Wells to create advertisements to help raise money for Louis Wain, because everybody in England knew who Louis Wain was. He was well known. He was a very, very famous individual. And in fact, he is created not created. He's the one man, I'm having a brain fart. This is what sucks when you get old. He's the one that people has said he's the reason why cats in England became household pets. Before that,
they kind of depicted that in the movie too.
Yeah, before that,
because it's like, why would you get that?
Yeah.
Why would you get that? Do you have a mouse problem?
Yeah.
No, we want them as pets.
Yeah. And that is an accurate thing. It's truly something that happened. Before he painted all of those cat paintings, cats were kind of considered a nuisance, and if they were around, they were outside, and they were mousers. That's all cats were good for. And then all of a sudden, because he was there towards the end of the Victorian age, when he was the most famous, and he made cats popular to have as pets. It's kind of interesting. But the story is it's really well put together, I think. I really like the movie. Even though it was sad, it was really good. So let's go ahead and give this, unless you have anything else to say, boys. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I think that's good.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give the score for Electrical Life of Louis Wain. So Nate Simpleton gives The Electrical Life of Louis Wain a 3.5. I think it is well worth a watch. I think it's great. I think you guys will really like it. It's a bittersweet movie. Just keep that in mind when you're watching it. You'll be smiling, and 2 seconds later, you'll have tears dripping down your eyes. So just expect that roller coaster of a wave when you're watching the movie, all right? But it's worth it. Benedict Cumberbatch is, I think, pretty close to brilliant in this movie. I think he's really, really good. Charlie, what about you?
I'm going to give it a 4. I liked it a lot. I love the colors. I love the art theme. I love that it talked about true humanity, and being able to try and be creative even through like the worst devastation in your life. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 4.
Great, good deal. Lemuel.
I think I'm also going to have to give it a 4. Just
wow.
Everything put together, it just fits
I feel out of place.
So good, and like we've been saying, Benedict Cumberbatch just does this really good job of playing someone who's, as they'd say, neurodivergent. Like, I don't know why he does such a good job, but he does. A lot of his roles are that, Benedict, like Sherlock, Imitation Game. I'm pretty sure that guy's like a little...
even Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. He's even kind of neurodivergent in that one as well. He's just an incredible actor. He really is. I think Benedict Cumberbatch. I think they depicted.
Gotta watch The Courier too, because that one's where it steps out of the neurodivergent, where he's actually playing like the normal guy. If you ever get a chance to watch that one, that's good.
The Courier.
The Courier. Yeah, he plays a businessman that goes in and ends up being talked into trading Russian secrets.
Oh, that sounds familiar. I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Good film.
But they did portray the fact that there was probably some sort of mental illness that went through the family. Because her sister ended up being basically she was schizophrenic
is what they said. Yeah.
Yeah, and she ends up killing herself, doesn't she, in the movie?
They allude to it, because she ends up going to like a padded room, and then it alludes that she ends up dying. Oh, she dies of influenza is what it says in the movie.
Oh, she dies of influenza. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and his sisters were like, they were all counting on him, right? Mm-hmm. And they don't want to go make their own life in a way. I mean, I know it's Victorian England, so there's this certain rules that they've got to follow.
Weird prejudices, as they say
at
the beginning of the movie.
I'm still not totally understand why that he was the one that had to make sure that they found good men, but they all end up being old maids by the time it's all over.
Well, it's because they were part of the society. If they were part of the working class, then they would all be working. But because they were part of the society class, you got married.
Yeah.
I mean, because you were the upper the middle class.
Reason? Why was it his responsibility to make sure?
Because property followed the males. Mm-hmm. Property always followed the males. So
and
if
the
you
women
look
were
in
property.
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. Well,
welcome to the Victorian age.
Well, I'm not too.
Well, no. I'm just saying because all the money came from the property and what was owned in the property, so it followed the male line. Yeah. At least from what I understand from all the other literatures and things.
Yeah. Well. All right. I it's just kind of weird to me. But again, Having said that, the movie is fantastic, so you guys should probably go check out the movie. You can find it on Amazon Prime. It's there. If you've got your subscription, go watch it. It's well worth a watch. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us here at the Simpleton Review. We truly appreciate the fact that you continue to watch us every week. And we want you to make sure that you check out all of our social media files. You can check us out on Twitter at the Simpleton Review. You can find us on Facebook. You can also go to our website for your very own source of a plethora of information, including this video right here that you're watching. You can see it there at the website. Aren't you happy and excited? If you like the audio version of a podcast, you can also find the audio version of this podcast as well. It's available every week, and you can subscribe on Spotify at the Simpleton Review. You can find us there on Spotify and subscribe to us there, and you'll find a link to our Patreon page. We've got awesome levels, so if you want to be a Patreon, you can find it at the Patreon page, not the Patreon page. I'm not sure what that means, but you can find us there and become a supporter of the Simpleton Review. We would be forever grateful. You get great prizes, great benefits if you do subscribe to becoming a patron. You can also find a link to our Discord. You can also find a link to our Spotify playlist. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us here at the Simpleton Review. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye!